In this video we're going to be sketching y is equal to x squared minus 9 over x squared plus 9. And I'm using this example to show you kind of what a change of sign can do. So, let's draw some axes. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to identify any vertical asymptotes, and that's going to occur when the denominator is 0. Now, what we can see from this is that we can factorise the top of the fraction. That's the difference of two squares. But we can't factorise the bottom. Okay, so actually, is there a value for when x squared plus 9 is 0? And the answer is no. There's no real value, because I can't square root minus 9. And so there are no vertical asymptotes. No vertical asymptotes whatsoever. Okay, well, we can cross that off our list then. So next up, can we say where it crosses the x-axis? Now that's when the numerator is 0, remember? So we can say that it crosses the x-axis at 3 and minus 3. So we've got two coordinates for that one. We've got minus 3 and 3. How about horizontal asymptote? Well, if you divide top and bottom by x squared, we get this. And as x gets larger and larger and larger, those two fractions will tend towards 0, and we'll be left with y is equal to 1 over 1. So we do have a horizontal asymptote of y is 1. How about where it crosses the y-axis? That's when x is 0. So when x is 0, we're going to get minus 9 over 9. So that's minus 1. So it's crossing the y-axis at minus 1. Now it's still not immediately obvious as to what's going on here. So I best see what's happening for large values of x. So I'm going to substitute in x is 100. Okay? So I get 100 squared, take away 9, over 100 squared plus 9. And I get 9991 over 10,009. Now that's less than 1, so I can say that the curve tends towards y is equal to 1 and stays below that asymptote. So it must be coming in from this direction. If I try x is minus 100, then I get minus 100 squared take away 9 over minus 100 squared plus 9, which will be exactly the same. So the curve must be coming in from this direction also. Okay? Right. Well, you might still be wondering at this point kind of what is going on and how this curve's going to work. Because I can see that it must do something like this in order to go through those 3 points there. But what's happening here, it might not be an obvious going towards the line, but that's the best that I can possibly do at the moment, unless I plug in some other values. I could try x is equal to 5, for example, and we'll get 5 squared take away 9 over 5 squared plus 9. Okay, so we get 25 take away 9 over 25 plus 9. Which will be less than 1. So I would then be assuming that the curve must look like this. Because we've got x squared minus 9 over x squared plus 9, it must be symmetric. And so the curve would look something like that. Okay, and that's the best I can do. So a little change in sign from that being a minus 9, okay, if that would have been minus 9 and that had been minus 4, for example, then you would get these vertical asymptotes coming in. But because you've got a denominator here that cannot have any real solutions, you get some other quite interesting curves.